So now we're going to discuss about the way Django works and what are the intervention that we supposed to do from our end. Okay, so let me go to the folder. Okay, any folder. Let me choose a desktop and let me create some Django explanation Python. Okay, so now I'm going to choose this folder. Okay, look at that. Select the folder, open it in command prompt. Okay, so now you need to run this command Django-admin start project followed by any name. So network. This is my project name. When I enter, it will throw nothing, but at the backdrop, you can see a folder got created in the name of network. So this is my application name, web application name. So when you open networks, it will have another folder in the same name followed by this particular file. This manage Python file is the file which is going to help us in driving the rest of the code. Okay, see, we do have, or we're going to have our code, but somebody needs to induce the process, right? So this manage that we will induce the process. Okay, so when you open this, look at that. It doesn't have anything to look deeper. It's basically a driver file for driving your Django application. Okay, better I'll open it in this folder. Okay, give me a second. Let me choose a new window. Okay, so this is the folder and this is the manage file as I explained. Now let me dig deep into the networks folder. First, you'll get init. As of now, you see that init.py file is very empty. Why? Because init file is basically to set any initializing variable that is going to help us in achieving the thing in common. For example, if you want to keep any data global to the entire application, you can keep this in init. By default, it will be empty. ASGI and these WHs are called a protocols. A protocols are the connection part between your application and web server. So ASGI is nothing but the extension of WSGI, which is actually the gateway interface. So it is the interface between your server and your application. And by default, WSGI is an synchronous, but ASSGI is nothing but asynchronous web server gateway interface to have the link connection interface between the server and the application. But you don't need to worry about this. The only thing that you need to put more of effort is that settings file. As I told in the earlier concept, right? Python Django is all about template design. You're going to have a template by default. Only thing is you do the customization. What is customization? The changes of the configuration. Where do we change any configuration, even in a mobile phone? Settings file. So this is what that particular file. Okay. In this settings file only, we're going to do a lot of changes. Okay. Then finally, this file URLs. This file will contains the number of API that you create as part of this application, networks application. As of now, it is telling me that in a Mohan, I have something like admin for you by default, and if at all you create one for you, please do highlight here. So whatever the application that you create, API that you create, you need to make sure that you keep it here. So this is what basically the overall structure. Okay, now let me open this terminal. Okay, so now cd space networks. Now I need to enter into the folder structure. Whatever I did in the command prompt, now I can do it within this prompt itself. So now I just went into the folder. What folder? The application folder called networks.